here today because the tyranny that's going on at the moment has got to stop. The mandates for the jabbing, for the masks, the ridiculous testing, not just in our country but all around the world. I've got 5 very small grandchildren and I'm really concerned about the future for them. So that's predominantly why I'm here, for getting our freedoms back. Because the government's taking away our rights. It's like every time we try and stand up, they interfere in rallies, they get the police interfering in rallies, they shut people down on YouTube. Our freedom of speech is not freedom of speech anymore. I've seen people being arrested. We're just not living in a free country and we're not having free choice.
Well, 2 of us have been protesting basically since the beginning of this, but mainly I think at this point, you know, we've gone through all of this stuff. We've had many protests. The regulations have been brought in, they've been retracted, and now I think a lot of us are here basically just because we want the freedom of choice. You know, if we can't
the choice to have a medical procedure.
That's it. When we look, especially at like the vaccine, for instance, you know, we look at the fact that obviously today a lot of the truckers are protesting against it because they can't go abroad. There obviously is a place for this opinion in society because that's all it is at the end of the day. It's an opinion, and families are being divided, businesses are being divided over an opinion. And I personally, I've got a young daughter, and I would just like her to grow up in a world where she's free to talk about different opinions. You know, I don't think there's ever been a time in history where censorship hasn't breed more extremism. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, people will say, what's the point in protesting? But if we don't have a voice that's speaking for us in the government and media, then this is the last stand we have, really.
And we're still free to protest at the moment.
We've seen, you know, I mean, even in the last main protest here in London, NHS workers, you know, finally choosing to speak out against this. Why can't we listen to a range of opinions? You know, I said it more earlier, but we're constantly going on about how amazing our education system is here in the UK. What happened to presenting people with the facts and allowing them to make up their own minds about what they want to do with their life? You know, that's all we're here for. And I think, as I said, if you speak to the majority of people here, we're not extreme people. We don't want
far right.
You know, we don't want everybody to come out and storm Downing Street. I mean, it would be nice, but we don't want, you know, we don't want everybody, you know, to come out. We don't want violence. We just want the right to choose.
Yeah, the right to mix, the right to be with our fellow human beings.
That's it.
We're here today to oppose all the impositions of the government in the name of the COVID. So we're going to end the COVID regulations, all of them, end the jab programming, and end all the vax mandates in Britain and all over. We support the truckers in Canada, absolutely, and all over the world. There's now a world movement of, convoys, truckers, vans, cars, making all these points to end all the COVID regulations everywhere and the jab programs. And for an accountable future.
And how do you feel about Justin Trudeau? What would your message be to him?
Resign. And reverse now all your COVID restrictions. That's what you've got to do. And if you don't do it, your successor will be demanding just the same to do it.
And Boris Johnson, what would your message be to him?
Well, resign too. But I would say the people trying to replace you are no different. They just want to do the same thing but be in charge. So they've got to go as well. I mean, if one of them replaces you, we drive them out as well. So, you know, I'm in favour of parties, by the way. I'm not against your parties. We should have had more parties. What the problem has been, the COVID regulations. Those should be removed immediately.